Decision Plus has been and still is a leading stock market service provider. From training to coaching, we cover it all. Try both our software as well as our coaching site, completely free for 10 days without obligation. No credit card is needed to sign up for the trial. The trial subscription will be automatically canceled for you at the end. DecisionPlus.com, your stock market service center. Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try MarketGurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above. Market Vision Plus is the trading companion of so many investors. Make your fundamental and technical analysis easy with Canada's #1 stock market decision-making software. Research, decide, and follow your positions with Market Vision Plus. See the menus just above this program and try Market Vision Plus for 10 days without any obligation after the show. When it comes to day trading, Trader Plus is the right tool. Track 50 quotes simultaneously. Create dozens of quick lists. Display as many as 30 real-time intraday charts at the same time. Watch the action with candlesticks or bar charts as fast as 10 seconds. See the market by sectors. Use the chart models already prepared for you. Try Trader Plus for 10 days in the menu above without any obligation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Swing Trading Show, Wednesday, October 21st, 2015. What market do we have again today? The Bank of Canada said that they had bad expectation to come for the Canadian economy. That's why the TSX went down this morning. And we still have again some very funny market. It's hard to know where things are going. Right now, there's a little upward movement in the banks, which is helping because there are a few sectors that are going up still a bit. So making the movement looking not so bad, but in some cases it's not very nice. You know, the gold went down and the crude oil went down, and then it's going back up, and we have a new low for the gas. The gas is on the lowest point for the last 2 years. And it's a very volatile market, and this is a nice, by the way, while the stock is there, this is a marijuana stock, and one of the viewers asked me about the stock this morning, why it was going up since a few days. It's because of the election, because Justin Trudeau have smoked pot once, he said. Probably more, and the people expect the Liberal Party to make the marijuana legal. So that's why the stocks are going up mostly. So you know, the movement are not coming from the U.S. dollar today, because the U.S. dollar just doesn't move at all. And but the Canadian dollar, because of the comment of Bank of Canada, the Canadian dollar is breaking down. So the Nikkei market broke its resistance today, and the China market is closed. So there was no movement. In London, nothing's happening. And if you look at the U.S. market, look, what can we say? this is the less volatile movement we had since months, because every other time we had a much bigger movement. So it's going sideways since 3 days with very low volatility, and it's the same on the SPY, on the NASDAQ market. And the Dow Jones just broke out a little bit, just very gently, but I just can't believe in it. Look at the volume. The volume is so weak. It's actually the smallest volume of the last many months. And the TSX is still going down following its some sort of a bearish cycle, but at the same time a sideways market for the last few days. So pretty hard to know where is it heading. I'm still expecting more correction, but the institution managed to keep it where it is. So we had a few financial reports this morning. Some of them doesn't even make sense. Boeing had $2. They were planning. They were expecting $2.20. They had $2.52, and the stock was going down at first this morning, and now it's going up, but not enough for the result they had. They had the 8% increase in their revenues. GM were expecting 119, and they got 150. So that's pretty good, and that's the reason why the stock goes up. I only have one concern with it. How can you make 25% increase in the profit and having 1.3% less revenue? You know, so I have some question about it. And Coca-Cola was expecting 50 cents. They got 51. Was going down and then up. And Yahoo is going down because they only have 1 cent less. They were expecting 16. They had 15, but they have a diminution of 8% in their revenue. Chipotle Mexican Grill were expecting 462. They got 459, and the stock is breaking down strongly. And Celestica at first, which were expecting 31, had 32, so it's about 30% less than expected. And but at first this morning the stock wasn't going so bad. It was just a little diminution of the price, but then went down quite a bit. And ever since the angle is not as steep as it was, but it's still going down. And this one here, Synta Pharmaceutical, has dropped because they said that they were ending the phase 3 of their treatment against lung cancer. Ouch. 72% down the stock is today. Well, that hurts. And BHP Billiton, who said that they have a 7% increase in their production, which is nothing. And Keolit-Tencor Corporation has been strongly going up today because they have been acquired by Lam Research, which is also going up. And this had for effect to push up the semiconductor sector, which is breaking out on a small volume. And so that's the stock I showed you. And you have other stock that keeps going up because of that, as Intel, Teradyne, Texas Instrument, Analog Device, but everyone with small volume. And Bombardier sold some railroad cars, and the stock has no effect. It has no effect on the stock at all. The contract is evaluated at $340 million and includes option for 32 other how do you call that, locomotive? Whatever. The one at the front, the one with the motor. And Detour Gold has reported some good result, and the stock is not doing much, and but at least it stays what it is. And Zenyatta and Ballard Power said that they have initiated some sort of an attempt to do something about batteries, and you know, 8,000 shares traded on Ballard only, and Zenyatta went up and then lost everything on it. So it doesn't seem to be a very important thing. So let's look at our resources. So the crude oil has touched his very important support this morning, but at 11, while the crude oil was going down, it came back up, and then finally got back down, and it's now neutral. And I think, you know, this is a quite important support because it's a 2-month-old support. So every time the USO touched this price, it came back up. So that's the reason why it has, you know, it's holding a little bit more. It's oversold. Well, will we have a new bullish cycle? I don't like what the stochastic returning down is doing. So, you know, I still, I'm not totally convinced that we can have an upward movement there. So I would wait until buying this low point. And this is the gas. This is what happened on the gas this morning. It went down, and there's no real serious pullback yet on it. So, and the bearish ETFs were likely to be the best this morning, and that's what happened. And the gold is breaking through its very short-term support, and the stock are better because they are not breaking down, so they are holding at the price they were before. So actually the uptrend hasn't been reversed yet. So it's still a valid uptrend, but the sector is within a sideways movement at the moment. So Detour is holding well, and but most of the stocks are testing their support right now, like Goldcorp does, and Yamana does, and many other things. And but I'm going to show you the 2 strongest stocks of the sector right after the break.
Find answers to your questions by emailing your host at btm@decisionplus.com.
5 good reasons to manage your investments with National Bank Direct Brokerage. Commission fees fixed at $9.95 anytime for all clients and starting at only $6.95 for active investors. No administrative fees if you hold at least $20,000 in your accounts. Registered accounts available in U.S. currency. Powerful tools to help you manage your portfolio. Award-winning customer service and satisfaction levels amongst the highest in the industry. To learn more, visit nbdb.ca or call us now.
Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try marketgurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I was talking about those that were stronger in the gold sector because the gold stocks are mostly close to the bottom of the chart here, while Franco-Nevada is way more powerful. Like actually, there was not 2, but at least 3. And you know, look at the Centerra Gold here, which is at its top, hardly coming down on the gold movement, and it's at the point where 4 times the stock has tested this resistance, so buyers stop buying at that point. And but you know, it would be nice to see this movement coming, so it looks like it should come sooner or later. And you also have a Detour that is a nice stock right now because it's still sitting at its top. But and there was another one. Let me find that out. It was I can't find it. Yeah, it was Alacer Gold, because over the last years, the stock has been testing its resistance again. Okay, now we have a little correction on the stock, but as soon as the gold would take off, I mean, it seems like Alacer is another one. So we have a few stocks that did suffer quite a bit over the last couple of years, but now are sitting at a very important resistance that could be broken soon. So that's just to be watched. Let's go on a few questions here. Like, what about Walmart? Is it low enough to get in? What type of strategy is that? What's the Walmart symbol yet? WMT. And, you know, being at a low price doesn't necessarily make a stock a good buy, because if you would have bought it here, look at this support level, you would have had to sell it there because it broke the support. And there. So the stock is, if you look at it on a daily basis, the trend was a downtrend already. But then as soon as it breaks down again, even the angle would be changing for a steeper angle. And look at the volume here, how heavy this volume has been recently. And right now, you know, there's no one interested in that stock because there's no buyer at all. And because you recognize buyers in an upward movement, and there's no upward movement. The good thing is that the volume is calming down, but doesn't necessarily mean the stock is going to pick up. So it doesn't look very good for Walmart. I wouldn't touch it for now. Hi, Michelle. Is HOD a buy at this level? But you know, HOD depend directly of USO. So HOU and HOD are like that. So HOD, USO is there at its support. So USO is there. So HOD should be right here. So let's find out with HOD. You see, so HOD is near breaking up. So if the crude oil pierces its actual support, which is this, like if USO would break the 14 bucks this way, which I don't think is going to happen now, before at least a couple of days, then HOD would be good. Okay, but in the meantime, you are it is a dangerous place to buy HOD, because if we ever have a rebound on USO, the HOD is going to go right back down also. So we better make sure the crude oil goes down again, begins a new bearish cycle, and then HOD would be very favorable. What do you think of a move of TTMN and all that gang? Okay, so TTMN is sideways right now. If it would break out, it would be very positive, because we have a higher bottom at the moment. But we really have to be careful, because if it break down this way, you would have to sell any of those positions. And Tech Resources is in this condition, London is in this condition, and First Quantum is in this condition. So you have to wait for the next buyers or sellers movement. And that's what are going to make the big difference, and that was going to be the decision you have to take. And just give me 1 second before leaving. BMO, for at least answering the last question. BMO is following a new bullish cycle, and but it's oversold already. And you know, it's still a positive movement, but the volume makes me think that we should not participate into it, because there's not enough buyers, so it doesn't sound to be very credible to me. Thank you very much for attending, everyone. We'll see you next Wednesday.